Sunday.
Obviously, in the playoffs, they want to grab the golden ticket, and the golden ticket gives you access to the best event ever. It's actually the World Championships Finals in Hamburg at ESL 1, and you can get access as well. If you just follow the link in the descriptions of our broadcast, you can buy tickets for ESL 1 and see the best Clash of Clans live in a huge stadium. There will be nothing better than that, I'm absolutely telling you that. But for now, we got the best teams already here for this month, and that's Group A. Tons of good clans in.
Yes, we have a couple clans returning for Group A. We have INTZ, Top of Japan, Novamado, and MCES.
That's right, Carbon Fin. Tomorrow will bring us Group B, where we will get to watch Proc, Blaze JP, Nova, and Dark Looters duke it out to see who is the best clan.
We talked about the format already. Obviously, two of the teams in the group, they can proceed to playoff Sunday, which is an important step towards the World Championship. Here's the schedule for you guys so you know exactly what we're doing. First round, we see Top of Japan versus INTZ. We always see the first match of the rounds. Besides round 3, then we see both matches, so a lot of action coming your way today.
Yes, we're going to see INTZ on the stage for 3 times in a row versus Top of Japan for this first match. It's going to be crazy.
Some of these clans have been here before. There's a newcomer in the stands, but there are 4 clans already qualified. Tribe Gaming, Team Queso, Batang, and the Queen Walkers are waiting and watching with bated breath from their seats in Hamburg to see which team here will join them.
Could be one of the teams they facing off here first on the stage, and we said already, INTZ is a returning team for us, a returning clan here to the qualifier in July, but if they're new to you, hear more about them.
Eu sou o Marinal, esse aqui é o Bernal, Caetano, Celinho e o God. Somos a INTZ. Eu me sinto privilegiado por estar aqui pela terceira vez, mas nosso foco é classificar esse mês, porque ficar vindo direto para cá já tá demais já. Sim, o que a gente acabou pecando no mês passado foram os layouts, e é isso daí que a gente trabalhou bastante para esse mês, vamos ver se eles vão segurar. Não, o mais difícil pra gente, sem dúvida, é o Top of Japan, que a gente já perdeu para eles mês passado e, sem dúvida, eles são um excelente clã. O que inspira a gente a ser cada vez melhor e treinar e se dedicar é saber que tem jogadores melhores que nós e a gente quer chegar no nível deles e, sem dúvida, chegar até a primeira posição.
I said it already, Top of Japan is their toughest opponent, and it gets more and more stressful with every single time they try to qualify, and they're running out of chances now.
With Top of Japan, we have Takana, Waido Ayase, Sturdom, and Toto.
INTZ return to the arena with Caetano, Celinho, Marinal, Bernal, and God.
Both teams desperately looking for their chance to finally get that golden ticket. They have both been here, both have been in the playoffs before. They know all the steps towards the World Championship stage, but they didn't manage so far to actually get that one golden ticket to go there. Any predictions for the first match?
I mean, Top of Japan did come in second place in last month's qualifier, so they're going to be looking to get that #1 spot. It all comes down in this first matchup. They played in the playoffs last month. It's going to be exciting.
That's right, Carbon Fin. We are off to a killer start. These 2 clans are the most experienced from the whole 8-group lineup that we have here today. They are also the teams that said that each other are their single nemesis. I think that this is going to be the best match today, and I can't wait to get started.
Light your torches, burn down the building. We're ready for round #1. It's INTZ versus Top of Japan.
This is the match that I have been looking forward to all day. Top of Japan versus INTZ. They have faced one another here in Poland before. Going to see what they're going to kick it off with. Sturdom of Top of Japan looks to be going in with the first attack.
That's right, Carbon Fin. Top of Japan was victorious in their previous matchup with INTZ, but they know that their opponents are not going to go down easily this time. INTZ, led by Marinal, has picked an absolute killer lineup, the 5 best players in his huge clan family. He races them up from amateur level to semi-pro level to the pro level they're at now. On the other hand, Top of Japan's Takana has made it to the playoff finals, lost a very close matchup last month against the Queen Walkers. This is going to be an insane match.
We are starting with the Baby Dragon at the top side. Town Hall is a little bit exposed at the bottom. Queen is going to be coming with her healers, and then we're going to be seeing those Hog Riders dropping the rage, but finds a Tesla, and the healers are being hit by the Tesla and the Archer Tower. Going to have to try to protect them as much as possible. Drops the poison to take out the enemy, a Lava Hound and the Pups. It's going to slow down the Queen a bit. Needs to protect the healers and try to charge in here with 2 Ice Golems.
This is a rough and rowdy start for this match. Sturdom is going in hard and fast to start things off here. This Queen charge getting a lot of value. Those healers, though, taking quite a bit of damage early on. This is a relatively atypical Hog Rider setup, bringing 2 Ice Golems to try to protect them. Means a little bit less firepower, but a little bit more cushion for that pushing. Look out for the Queen, though. Soaks a giant bomb and barely survives, forcing out that early Queen ability from Sturdom.
We are seeing the Quad Quake open up this whole core. Going to let the Queen walk in and get that Eagle Artillery and take out the enemy Queen. And there's the Town Hall. Looks like the King's going to try to take it down. Already found the Tesla farm, but the Ice Golem is not getting any value on the wall on the top side. But the Queen goes down, and no longer can he take the enemy Queen out. He has to be safe and at least get this Town Hall down. Can save the Stone Slammer for it, but the Hogs have not been deployed yet. The Town Hall activates at 51%, and then, but it's already activated as well since the King did damage it. Now he's going to move around and try to at least get that 2-star, but Woody, there's a new skin for that Warden.
Hey, look at that. He's rocking a boombox and looks like a big mic in place of the magical staff that he usually carries around. Will be an interesting addition to the game very soon in the next update, but Sturdom's got early access to it, scoring that 2nd star as the Town Hall goes down now and past 50%. He's trying to get as many buildings knocked down as possible, but he's used already all of his spells. Only has 1 wizard left to try to help with the cleanup. I'm a bit worried that these multi-target Infernos are going to be too much for these Hogs to handle.
Woody, the multi-target Infernos are up. The enemy Queen is up. There's no way to take out the Queen. Doesn't have any skeleton spells to take care of her. And now he's going to be looking at least get the percentage. He's at 67. Wants to try to get to at least 70, but that King is going to protect it. Has 1 more wizard for cleanup to try to pick up a building or 2. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to get in the 70s. The Archer Tower will pick this final wizard off at the left side of your screen. We do have the 1 wizard down below, but there's the enemy King there. And he's going to finish, it looks like, at a 68% 2-star.
Firing away at this wall best he can. It looks like 68% is all he's going to manage to get. That King is here to defend the clan castle, and with a mighty swing of his sword, has defeated the enemy wizard.
And that's going to be the 2-star. The first hit of the day for Top of Japan. Hey, I mean, the pressure is on with that first attack. We are seeing the Hogs come in with the Stone Slammer on the left. Unfortunately, the Ice Golem goes to the top side cannon. It doesn't get really too much value walking his way in. Things kind of went south when the Queen couldn't take out the enemy Queen and the Eagle Artillery. But we're going to try to see the next attack from INTZ, if they can answer.
Says a quick prayer as he gets ready to launch his attack. Selinho, the 3-star clutch master from INTZ. You know, both of these teams, Carbon Fin, do not necessarily prefer to go for the high percentage attacks. They'd rather go for a lower percentage attack if it risks the possibility of maybe getting a 3-star. They'd be happier with a 70% 2-star that could have been a 3-star rather than just going for maybe a safe 2-star 85%.
They want to at least have the possibility of getting the 3-star to set them above. Remember, in this competition, it comes down to the number of stars, then percentage. It's not about winning the war. You just have to have more stars than the opponents in your group. The top 2 do advance. We're seeing the King walking up and around. Going to try to open this wall to let the Queen step in to get the 2 air defenses. And he has a clone spell. More than likely wants to take out the enemy Queen with that. So the Queen's getting some nice value. Going to try to create a funnel to set the balloons flying through this base.
Yeah, I'm noticing Selinho is really targeting these air defenses early on. He's got 2 in that top compartment nice and early. Might even try to loop around to the top side and get some damage on that 3rd one there. He does have 2 Lava Hounds, so that suggests that he might be trying to protect both balloons from both of these air defenses, rather. He's got 31 balloons. In fact, a big assault force going to be coming in from the top, but he needs to get this crucial strike in against Eagle Artillery. That's the key target here on top of the Archer Queen right next to him.
That Lava Hound got pulled out from his Queen stepping up. Otherwise, that Hound would never have come out, and the Ejects wouldn't got stalled up on it, but He took it out nonetheless, so that's not a problem. The Eagle is down, getting some nice value. Freezes the Queen, has to take this Queen out. The Queen is almost going down. Can she go down for this final shot? And she does go down. The Town Hall is now activated. He's going to fly right over it. He does still have an Earthquake. He could use it over the Town Hall to help damage it.
Interesting, but a really great start here for Solinho. Grabs both the Eagle Artillery and the enemy Archer Queen. That is an amazing start. Is going to use that Earthquake spell to get a little bit more damage over there under the Town Hall. Drops it down for the second star. Solinho now trying to get the third. This is the way he's going to do it. Starts from the bottom left side of this base using the Lava Hound to try to soak damage from this air defense. He's got another Lava Hound kind of cruising in to help soak more damage for these balloons out back. They're really trying to stay away from those Wizard Towers and multi-target Infernos. That's what deals the most damage to these balloons, Carbonfin.
The balloons are moving it through. He has one more haste spell to use, and he has, look at all these balloons with a ground expo. They're cheering here. They're excited, and there's about 40 seconds, plenty of time. It's looking like a 3-star from INTZ to kick it off for their first attack here. 32 seconds, comes down to clean up. The minions are down. Some of them are going to get stuck on the enemy King there on the left, but he's got plenty of balloons on the right, and that is a 3-star Woody right there.
It's a beautiful balloon parade from Solinho. Still plenty of troops left to finish off this attack.
Wow.
A high hit point. Grand Warden signaling that he had that attack perfectly planned out.
It is nearly a replay of what we saw last month when INTZ once again started with a 3-star against Top of Japan. So is it a sign to come? Because last time it was Top of Japan staying on top, but this time it could be INTZ if they just keep going like that.
It's all about answering under pressure. We're seeing that the E-Drags got the beautiful value. There was no sweeper to push them back, using the free spells to take out that enemy Queen with the E-Dragon. Tons of value led to that 3-star.
Not just the Queen and the Eagle, but chaining lightning onto a Wizard Tower and an Archer Tower as well. Anything that fires at air troops is going to be a key early target to take out, and the chain lightning was massively valuable in that last attack for Solinho, sending Sturdom back to the drawing board in terms of base construction.
We're kicking it off with Top of Japan. Takana coming in with the next hit. Hopefully he can try to answer. The pressure is on. Coming in with a Queen Charge Hogs. Usually we're seeing the Queen Charges either trying to get inside the base to remove the enemy Queen, taking out the Eagle, or if you're doing a Queen Walk, just walks all the way around the base, using the King on the left to help set the funnel. Drops a 1 wall breaker to test for those small bombs, because if he drops all the wall breakers, that small bomb can take all of them down, and that will be devastating. But now it looks like he's charging in.
Takana has spread out these buildings all around the edge of the base, makes it very hard for cleanup if they have to travel really far, so it's a great move there by Takana, rather, to counter Solinho's strategy of spreading out these buildings by kind of picking them off one by one on the outside. These minions and archers are getting fantastic value, just knocking down a lot of these outside unprotected buildings before the main stage of this attack comes in.
The Lava Hound is coming out of the clan castle with 10 archers, still has his poison spell. We do have 1 minion. Typically we're seeing 1 minion come down when the Lava Hound pops, and you drop the 1 minion to help clean up those pups around so the Queen can get through these pretty quickly, and now she's going to move her way to this multi-target Inferno. Has to remove the enemy Queen because the Queen will start targeting the Hogs, and the Hogs will not fight back.
This Queen Charge is deadly, Carbonfin. Takana is getting great value, stabbing right into the heart of this base, now going directly for the clan castle. Really high hit point building, trying to defend there, but the Queen on defense doesn't engage until the Archer Queen Takana gets a little bit closer. She's popping down so many walls in the center, giving great value to help out these Hog Riders as they make their way into the base.
Noticing that the Hogs and the Queen are not even near this Town Hall, meaning he's got to save that Stone Slammer to go for this Town Hall. You're going to see potentially maybe 1, 2 balloons coming in from the down south to see if it can pull from any seeking air mines. The Queen is still in the core. She is not going for that Eagle, but going for the wall. Pops the Grand Warden Eternal Tome. Has to make sure that Town Hall goes down to secure the 2-star. But this is looking pretty strong. Queen is still up, doesn't have her ability. Finds a Tornado Trap. Now she's going to help on the Town Hall. And we're going to have some Hog Riders spinning around over the Town Hall. But there is still that multi-target Inferno on the top side. Drops that final rage for the Queen in the core.
That'll help the healers get her back up to full You know, those Hog Riders took a lot of giant bomb hits along the outside, trying to keep them topped off with heal spells. Just didn't work this time for Takana. It was a great 3-star attempt, and he got very, very close. This Queen Walk still going in strong through the center of the base, but just a few too many defenses still left up with 85% and a Queen down. It looks like Takana might be able to pass that 90% threshold, hopping off a few more enemy structures here, but 3 stars seems just out of reach, Carbon Fin.
He's looking to get as much percentage as possible. This Grand Warden has so much range, and it's level 40. It has so much DPS as well. That Wizard's going to go down. He does reach at least 90, and the time expires right there. So a 2-star 90% for Top of Japan, answering their first attack, which was a 2-star 68%.
Yeah, it's an impressive pickup for Top of Japan. They're moving higher and higher now in that average destruction percentage, but facing up against an opponent who scored a 3-star strike in their very first attack, INTZ will continue to hold the lead in this game, but can they keep that momentum going?
It's going to come down to these next attacks. The pressure is on. If they can answer, the first attack was the 3-star. Satano was also, he did get a 3-star in their previous match versus Top of Japan last month in the playoffs. So can he answer right now for INTZ?
INTZ really has this hit or miss sort of approach to these bases. Sometimes they just walk away with, you know, just 10 or 11 stars, and other times they've been able to 3-star 4 out of their 5 attacks. They have a really high hit rate when the going goes well. If they've just found the little cracks in this base, the little chink in the armor, they should be able to put another 3 up on the board and really challenge Top of Japan, which typically comes away with 11 and 12-star hits through their matches.
It does. This attack we're seeing is a P.E.K.K.A. smash. He does have 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, 10 bowlers. He's going to use this jump spell and rages to get through the base. And he does have the wall wrecker as well. Want to help charge in and then having the jump lead over to the back end, but pulls out the typical CC that we're seeing nowadays as a Lava Hound to help slow up the Queen charging into bases. Drops the poison to help take out the balloons. Are we going to see a minion? There it is, but it goes to the army camp. We're seeing the minion not go for the lava pup, so the Queen's going to be slowed down a little bit more there.
That's right. Those healers are going to take a little bit of damage as well. Might be a bit difficult for them to stay up if they wind up running into an air bomb or something like that later on. But the main thrust of the attack is now going in. The wall wrecker very close to this tunnel already, going to crack through a couple outer layers of this defense to give these P.E.K.K.A.s and bowlers an easy shot at the town hall and to continue along the top side of this map.
Unfortunately, the Queen had to pop her ability early. You don't want to do that until the last moment you have to. You want to try to save the Queen ability for the end of the raid if necessary, but he had to keep the Queen alive. There's the jump spell. But is there anything leading into this eco compartment? They do. They break the wall. Now they can jump into the next multi-target inferno. The Queen can reach over the wall. Still has 1 more freeze and 3 balloons to try to fly through the rest. He's going to be very patient to see where all the troops go.
He's lost 1 P.E.K.K.A., but those that Queen on attack still has a lot of taking out in front of her. The healers are unfortunately distracted now, going over to Ice Golem and P.E.K.K.A.s instead, and it looks like the Queen just lost out a little bit early. That free spell going down to try to keep her up a bit longer to get some shots off against the Inferno Tower. I'm worried now, Carbon Fin, that even though there's still quite a few troops along the top side, that they won't be able to get into those compartments along the bottom. These balloons going to help out a little bit against this Tesla farm up top, but they zap really hard and deal a ton of damage in a very short amount of time. Looks like Keitano's attempt at 3 stars is going to end up a bit dry.
Yeah, there's a lot of compartments here that the P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to completely walk around this base. At least it's in the 70s, might get into the 80s, it looks like. Still good, still higher the percentage than the Top of Japan with their attack, so you still want to be higher on percent as well as the stars. The P.E.K.K.A.s are moving through. The Ice Golem freezes. Remember the Ice Golem, when it freezes the death, it freezes all the defenses around that area, not only when it dies, but also when it finds a spring trap, it will also do the freezing effect.
Ah, very interesting. I like that, yeah. Even if it goes down and out and gets sprung off the map, it's still going to leave that little blizzard effect along the ground.
It will. It will. It's very helpful, especially trying to freeze the defenses around in that area, but still a 85% 2-star right there.
After 2 attacks on both sides, INTZ keeps the lead here with an early 3-star on the first attack. We also got an update for Group A, but keep in mind, MCS and the match Nova Maldo, they're already 4 attacks in the match so each. That's why they got more stars, and MCES also achieved 1 3-star already backstage. So it seems like these guys are on a run already.
That's right. Linnaid was the one who scored that 3-star hit. MCES, the French clan, still ahead 1 star against Nova Maldo. Well, let's take a look at this replay real quick here. Caetano's early attacking against the Town Hall. Claimed the 2nd star really quick and early here, Carbon Finn.
The push through the core of this base, unfortunately, had to pop that queen ability early, and he didn't have it towards the back end. Now, Top of Japan is looking to answer to try to get their first 3-star of the day. The 3rd attack for them coming in. Watto is looking to go in. I'm going to be curious to see what type of attack he's coming in with.
Yeah, he's a master of rush tactics. Says that miners are his favorite troop. He says that the entire clan strategy, though, for Top of Japan is to spread out separate ground strategists and sky specialists. So the fact that we have a little bit of both on both sides gives Watto the opportunity to move in directly for his specialty on the ground. Expect to see miners from him. He also competed in the May qualifier last month. He was very close to making it as well. So he's had a lot of experience up here on the stage. I think that we'll be launching into this attack very soon, and here we go.
We're seeing the Mass Hog Skelly strategy. 2 skeleton spells, 44 Hog Riders, count them right there. Dropping the balloon, some hogs to create a funnel on the right there. Create a little bit of funnel on the left as well. And then he's going to try to charge in and try to get some value. Pulls out the defending Lava Hound. And might end up seeing Lava Hounds in every single one of these clan castles, or we might see one of them with a dragon to throw the enemy off.
Yeah, there's a solid shot at it. That Lava Hound just has a ton of hit points, and when it pops the pups out, they can deal quite a bit of damage to the healers if there's a Queen Walk moving in to take out the CC. As we saw from the very last attack, those pups taking that healer down to about half hit points, so it's a great stall tactic for defense and gives lots of opportunities for your defensive structures to kind of fire away at the attackers while they're distracted.
Yes, the king and the queen now are following in. That queen unfortunately got stuck on the Lava Hound, so she has to try to pick off these pups as she's moving in. The king is going as well, but that P.E.K.K.A. is going to help take down that Town Hall. Out comes the archers. Doesn't have the poison spell anymore. Used it, so he's going to have to get through these archers one at a time. Still has this queen ability. Can this queen reach over the wall and grab that enemy queen? If that happens, that's huge value, but has to pop the queen ability early, and now the hogs are coming down.
I'm a bit worried about Watto's queen charge in here. He really needs to take out the enemy queen, but she's a bit distracted. Finally gets the retarget on, but doesn't finish her off. You know, we've seen 3 Hog Rider attacks so far from Top of Japan, so expect to see a similar sort of strategy being used in this attack here. He's holding on to those heal spells. As always, they prepare really well with Hog Riders since they move relatively fast, and you want to keep them at high hit points, dodging giant bombs and bomb towers whenever they run into them.
He still has the 2 more heals actually. Drop the skeleton spells early. Look at the value from that freeze. 2 expos and a multi-target inferno, but the skellies were dropped too early, meaning they can't group up and take out the queen, and she's going to be firing on the hogs. There's 1 Tessa over on the 3 o'clock side, and unfortunately it's looking like the queen is going to slowly pick these hogs off. Has some wizards on the top side clean up still, hopefully trying to get more percentage, but the hogs are now gone, and that heal is not going to heal anything up. He's in the 60% range right there. Can he reach in the 70s?
Might be able to. A lot of undefended buildings along the top right side of the space, and still has quite a bit of firepower from these wizards to help a little bit with the cleanup, but unfortunately, yeah, that 3-star is not going to happen this time. This is why it's so crucial, Carbon Finn, to take out that enemy Archer Queen early on when you were launching a Hog Rider raid. She can deal a ton of damage on defense, and especially because the Hog Riders only target defensive buildings, they'll just ignore her and take the shots while they're continuing on their path.
That can be devastating if you leave the queen up in a raid. He had the skeleton spells to come and try to take her down, but unfortunately they were all picked off before the skellies can group up and overwhelm the queen. Reaching about a 75 is pretty much what we're looking at, the average 2-star, but there it is for Top of Japan, another 2-star, 75%.
Well done there. We're expecting to maybe see some aerial attacks later from Top of Japan. Lovers of the lava loons, especially Ayase later on, but INTZ is going to hold on to their lead for now, and it's their turn to try to return fire and keep the pace against Top of Japan, the team that beat them last month. They're ahead right now, but it's going to take a lot of chutzpah to keep them on that path. Next up, we have God, this is a great player. He's someone who recently joined the INTZ team on the pro scene last month, performed really well, but he's a bit of a wild card. Flies by the seat of his pants. He's completely unpredictable. He's brought a Lava Hound and Balloon army this time to support this Queen charge. Expect to either see a glorious 3-star, or if something goes wrong at the beginning, maybe fizzle out to just a low percentage 2-star.
Yes, he's coming in with the Queen charge Lalo. I used to see him coming in with the Queen charge Hogs in the previous qualifier, but he's switching it up, loving the air attacks with 4 Earthquakes. Gonna try to open up the 10-tile radius now, since we have that update to the Earthquakes. It opens up a huge value to the base. Hopefully these healers don't transfer off to the King. Let's see if the King can stay out of range. He does, but the Queen is under 3 expos right now, but she's not going inside the base, and it looks like she's walking down unless she does actually.
Hang on.
In.
She's going back in. She can go her own way, but can't she stay up with so many expos firing away at her? She's into the top compartment, exactly where God wanted her to go, and with just enough time left to fire away at the enemy Queen, pull the CC out. This might be the crucial strike that God needed early on in this hit to get these Lava Hound Balloon follow-up to go where he needs them to go.
But unfortunately, the multi-target Inferno is reaching and hitting the healers, so he's going to lose the healers early and already use that Queen ability. This will still be valuable if he removes this Eagle Artillery. If he can't remove it, that's going to be devastating. And that Sweeper is covering the Town Hall, and the Eagle stays up, unfortunately.
This is still a really decent start to this raid. Didn't manage to get the Eagle Artillery, but he does take out the enemy Queen, so that was the key target. The secondary target didn't go down, but we've seen God be able to pull off these attacks before and still claim a 3-star, even when things don't necessarily go right immediately at the beginning. If he can keep that Eagle Artillery from firing on too many balloons at once, he still has a chance to make this happen, Carbon-Fin.
Be careful. He's hoping that a balloon damages this Town Hall. Otherwise, it's not going to activate. He needs to get to 51% so he can target the Town Hall. He's taking his time, and he needs to use that Grand Warden Eternal Tome. He's at 46%. This is going to be close. Can he get to 51? Some air skellies. If one balloon goes down and damages the Town Hall with the death damage, it will activate it. It's not there yet. There it is. He pops the Warden Eternal Tome, but there's a tornado trap with a rage to be able to take it down. But hopefully that will at least get the 2-star. The balloons are going to get so much damage from that Giga Bomb.
Wow, as expected, God has completely shattered our expectations. Had a beautiful plan for this base, but I think came a little bit short early on with that Queen charge, and then the follow-up, that Lava Hound is kind of wandering out away from the balloons a bit too far, not really giving them the coverage that they needed. It looks like we're going to see a relatively low percentage 2-star hit from him today. INTZ will retain their lead, and I expect to see a 3-star hit later on from God, maybe later today, but not this time, Carbon-Fin.
Not going to get it. He's going to fall up short. Unfortunately, the healers got in range of that multi, and he lost the healers there. He wanted the Queen to take out that Eagle and potentially the Town Hall. It would have been a ton of value if he was able to do it, but the Eagle stays up.
3 attacks for both sides. That's the first time that an INTZ attack is weaker than the side of top of Japan. This could be one of those crucial moments where an entire match just takes different turns here.
We're going to have 2 more attacks from top of Japan to come in here, and we have 2 more as well from INTZ. INTZ's got the 1 3-star of this whole match, and Toto of top of Japan is looking to answer to try to get a 3-star of their own.
Toto loves playing with goblins. He's also a music lover, so I got to presume he misses the rains down in Africa. He's going to be playing once again here today, having already competed in the March and April qualifiers, and as a champion from the WPL, the official Japanese Clash of Clans League.
Toto is looking to come in with 5 healers, a Queen charge hog attack on God. And we see this kind of almost symmetrical base with a multi at the top side on the left and right. But the Eagle is in the core. We're seeing a ground expo on the left side, kind of protecting the Queen, so if he's going to charge in. He does have that wall wrecker, no wall breakers. Let's see where this Queen ends up going, trying to keep these healers away from the multi-target Inferno, because if it's in range, you'll lose them pretty quickly.
It's pretty surprising to me that for the 4th attack in a row, Top of Japan has brought Hog Riders once again. I guess they think that INTZ, since they love playing balloons so much, has built bases that are kind of weak to ground defenses. Haven't seen seen them crack that 3-star yet. Ooh, Carbon Fin.
Ooh, the queen went down there. Unfortunately, his queen got traded for the enemy queen, and that is huge. Now he's going to have the Hogs try to come in, but he's not near 51%. The queen didn't get too much value. Had to pop queen ability early, unless that was an accidental press of the queen ability there. Having some Hogs. You can see he's just dropping everything all around this base so he can get the percentage, and then the Town Hall will activate because he needs to guarantee the 2-star, because a 1 would be devastating.
It would, and it's not looking good to start things off here. Carbon Fin missing that crucial queen charge over on the left side of the base. Losing his queen to the enemy queen is not a good start at all. He needs to get to that 51% overall damage in order to get that Town Hall activated, but he ought to be able to get the 2-star without too much trouble here. Still facing down the enemy CC, but the Lava Hound doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. We can say that the Lava Hound is kind of counterfeited based on the fact that Toto's using a ground attack. However, that Baby Dragon is going to cause quite a bit of trouble, deal splash damage, and so if those Hogs are grouped up, it can dish out a ton of damage.
Yeah, if that Baby Dragon moves away from the Lava Hound, it will get raged up by itself, because if it's near any air troops, it's not as powerful, but when it's solo, it gets twice as strong, and the Hogs are trying to get some more percentage. Still a 67% 2-star. He's trying to get some more percent. Unfortunately, he's going to fall short. 67. I mean, the lowest attack we've seen today on stream was the 68% 2-star, so this will actually just be 1 percentage point lower than those.
A 2-star, 67%. Struggling to keep this team in the game. Top of Japan has yet to get the 3-star strike that they need in order to stay competitive against INTZ. God's Defense is holding up this time just by the skin of his teeth up there in the very top. That Archer Queen taking out the enemy queen, and the defensive Grand Warden just barely surviving with maybe a couple hit points left.
Marinol of INTZ is looking to be the next attacker here. We're going to be interested to see. Are we going to see some Lalo or a P.E.K.K.A. Smash? We've already seen 2 air attacks from INTZ, a Sui Lalo and a Queen Charge Lalo, followed up with a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. So it's going to be curious. We've been seeing quite a bit of Hogs from Top of Japan, and this one is a Queen Charge Lalo attack.
Bernal is moving in now. He's got the Queen Charge, just like you mentioned, Carbon Fin. He says that his superpower is perfect control of his Queen Walk. We've seen it before. He often gets amazing value from this Queen throughout the entirety of the raid. If this Queen survives for more than a minute and a half, I gotta say, this is very likely gonna be a 3-star. Bernal knows how to get maximum value from her, and he might just have cracked this base from Ayase. Let's see how she goes.
Dropping the wall breakers to break that wall open right there. Beautiful of value. Still has the Stone Slammer. Drops a Rage. Drops 1 balloon. If you're curious why he dropped 1, it's to test for some Seeking Air Mines, and there it is. He finds 1, so the healers don't pull it, and they stay alive. That's a huge value if you're able to actually find 1. And these are fresh attacks, meaning you get only 1 try on these bases. Pulls the Lava Hound archers out of the clan castle. Easily gets through him with the poison spell. Is he going to drop that mini to help clean up? Nope. Drops 1 archer, and he's going to try his best to maybe get to this Eagle Artillery, but the Queen is over there as well.
That's a sign to me that Bernal knows exactly how many army camp space he can commit to each side of this attack. Using a free spell now doesn't catch the enemy Queen. Bit of a misplay there, but fortunately for Bernal, the Queen actually hadn't even engaged in the battle yet. Looks like his Queen will be able to win the exchange there with a late free spell. Not getting a whole lot of value out of that yet either, but still is checking off all the boxes that he needs to here with his Archer Queen still charging in. She's going to take down another wall and might be able to get in against that Eagle Artillery.
Queen is going to grab the Eagle Artillery right here, plus the King will take out the Town Hall, meaning he can not only use the Warden with the air and the Lalo part, but the Stone Slammer and as well. The Queen stays up through the core here, pops her ability, and the balloons are flying through here. It's looking like a ton of value. Still has the Grand Warden Eternal Tome, and that will last for 7 seconds. That's huge.
That's exactly where Bernal would want to encounter those Teslas early on. Manages to take them down using those balloons nice and fast. He's going to continue pushing in with that Eternal Tome ability, keeping all these balloons topped off nice and healthy. That Wizard Tower getting no shots off against these high hit point balloons. He did lose his Archer Queen a little bit earlier than expected maybe, but is still on the path to 3 stars. Lots of cheers and high fives from the INTZ side of the map. It looks like this could be 3 stars, Carbon Fin.
He's moving in with the haste spell right there. The balloons are going. Look at him looking at the camera. Oh, the balloons come out. They're celebrating. It's looking like a 3-star from INTZ. They're going to be able to clean it up, and I don't know how many balloons. That's a balloon parade. If I could see one as well, that's it. They're going to be able to clean up that easily. Bernal of INTZ going to be getting the 3-star for them here.
A little twist of his mustache, the mischievous wink at the camera. Congratulations, Bernal.
That is what we call revenge, I would say. Top of Japan took the last match when those teams met here on stage, and now INTZ is in a great position. 2 3-stars and only 1 attack left for Top of Japan.
He broke this base up beautifully, letting the queen charge into the base and using the king, and that's the problem. If you put the town hall on the outside and you don't put any traps there, the king can get through it no problem, and that's a ton of value that you're opening your base up to. And now we're taking a look at Group A with MCES finishing with 12 stars, 94.2. They're going over Nova Madu, which only ended up getting 10 stars in that war.
That is an incredible average destruction percentage. 94.2% might be some of the highest that we've seen from almost any war. I think INTZ has exceeded them just by a bit when they got 14 stars last month, but 94.2% bodes very well for MCES going on later into this match. Now remember, this is not going to be a nail in the coffin for Top of Japan. Even if they don't manage to win this war here, we do have to measure their stars across the entire group performance, but if they don't manage to get a 3-star here, they will be falling behind their competitors. Group A is going to be very difficult to move on to the playoffs from, so let's see if Ayase's got it in him. He's a Lava Loon expert, and that's what he's going to be playing with here today, Carbon Fin.
Rest of Top of Japan has been going in with Hog Riders, and Ayase is going in with the Sui Lalo. He does have the blimp. It might be the first time we're seeing the blimp being used today. Nice use of the freeze spell right there. Didn't have to drop a test wall breaker because the king walked up and around, and the king would have pulled any small bombs in that area, so he was able to save one nonetheless. The king pops his ability. Queen gets out that multi to help create a funnel inside this base, but he doesn't have anything to take out the enemy queen unless there's something in that blimp.
What could be in there? He's holding on to it a little bit longer. He's going to send it in right now. It does target right onto the town hall, so it will be crossing across, around the entire map. He's going to deploy it early, though, and with an Electro Dragon and some balloons, he should be able to get a few more defensive structures down, pulls the CC out as well, and it's got a ton of archers in it. And
look at all those archers, and there's a witch in there as well, and the enemy queen will not go down. Now he's got to at least try to get that 2-star. Grand Warden is flying over this town hall, drops the earthquake to ensure it's activated, drops the freeze, freezes it, everything's moving in, should at least get this safe 2-star here for Top of Japan. Pops that Grand Warden Eternal Tome, but the queen is still up in the raid. He wanted that electric dragon to take out the enemy queen. Unless he can overwhelm this base and the balloons split perfectly, that queen is going to pick off these balloons one at a time.
That's right, Carbon Fin. That queen almost still at full hit points, just did not get targeted at all by the Electro Dragon that Ayase sent in. That was a crucial misstep early on in this attack. Still, nevertheless, is going to get a very high percentage 2-star hit. That Archer Queen in the center might just be one of the few remaining defenses left here. Looks like he's actually going to be able to pass 90%, so an impressive follow-up from Ayase. The last attack here from Top of Japan. The Lava Loon expert is actually also a YouTuber, so if you are into Japanese YouTube in Clash of Clans, make sure to go give him a follow and check him out, and we'll hope to see him perform once again later on today.
He's trying to pass about 90, 91%, 47 seconds left. Every percentage point matters. Top of Japan's top hit was from Takana with a 2-star, 90%. That was with Queen Charge Hog, so he's trying to beat that just by 1 percentage point, and he still has 33 seconds. Oh no, it locks onto the king, not the king platform. Remember, in raids, you actually do not have to take out the enemy heroes. You just have to destroy all the buildings, and the heroes can still be up at the end of the raid, and it'll still count as a 3-star.
Okay. Well, you'll notice that there's still also a lava pup over there on the left side taking out that elixir storage. Just out of range of the Grand Warden, you can see the shadow of that lava pup identifying where that unit is located on the map. So even though it looks like he's inside that Grand Warden's targeting aura, he's actually just a little bit outside, takes down the elixir storage and gets finished off.
That is the top hit for Top of Japan here in the first match. You can see them not happy with the performance right there, but hey, it's not over. Still have another 2 wars to try to make up the star difference. We've been seeing, what, 2 triples from INTZ. There was another 2 triples in the previous war behind, and he's Ayase just coming in with the balloons, but that queen never goes down in the base. E-Drag, unfortunately, never takes her out.
I gotta say, there are some teams that focus on construction, there are some teams that focus on on destruction. Top of Japan was definitely one that focused on construction. They have very difficult bases to crack. The fact that INTZ has a 50% hit rate against them is extremely impressive. Marinal, the leader of this Brazilian clan, has got one more chance to try to get another 3-star hit and close this thing out with a win.
We're seeing a Sui Lalo drops the one wall breaker at the top to test for the small bombs. You're going to use this free spell on the multi-target Inferno, possibly also that Expo, to help the wall breakers get in. There it is, actually on the Archer Tower. He's dropping 4 wall breakers to ensure they open. It only requires 3 max wall breakers to break a level 13 wall right there. He just put one in there extra just to be safe. Drops the Stone Slammer as well. Pops Queen ability pretty early, and now that Stone Slammer is moving into this air defense. There is no sweeper pushing it back, so whatever's in there could take out the enemy Queen.
This is a move that the pros call the full lava balloon. They're not going to commit too many resources to the heroes early on. They just need to take out a few key defensive structures here. With the enemy Archer Queen down, that is what Marinal was looking for with his Electro Dragon. He just needs to finish off the Seagull Artillery, and 3 stars could be in his future.
If you guys didn't notice, nothing came out of that clan castle, meaning that clan castle only targets air or ground troops, and it could possibly be a Lava Hound and 2 balloons. Drops the Earthquake, maybe a little early. It's going to do some damage there, but the Grand Warden is going to try to fly over here. Pops his Eternal Tome, saves some of the balloons, moving in, freezes the bottom multi and air defense, gets a ton of value. Could this possibly be another triple for INTZ? Has one more freeze and a haste spell.
It looks like it to me, Carbon Finn. He's fully counterfeited that clan castle. No defensive troops coming out of it. The downside, though, is he did just lose his Grand Warden, and he still has quite a few defensive splash structures. Using that free spell at the perfect timing, though, he's going to keep that Inferno Tower out of commission. It's going to start burning up, though, as that free spell wears off, and this could be very close, but might not get the 3.
He finds the Tesla farm there, unfortunately, which helped take down the balloons, but still in the 70%, trying to pick off as much percentage as possible and get in the 80s. But the minions are up there. Are the minions on the left side over by the King, but they're stuck on the King. They're trying to get through those storages and those buildings, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it, and that Tesla farm really messed it up over there.
It sure did. Still, INTZ is ahead. They've won the war. Marinal's got to be very proud of his teammates here for coming out on top against what might be their most difficult matchup in this group, but they do have some really difficult opponents still left. The #1 global team on the Clan War League's leaderboards, and the newcomer, which scored 12 stars of their own in their first war, MCES at the end.
And that is going to be it. But INTZ still looking, as we can see at the top right, MCS coming with 12 stars, and this is going to add 2 more stars for INTZ, and with their 2 triples puts them at 12, trying to get as much percentage, but there's that storage, pretty much full health, only 5 seconds left. INTZ doing a great performance right there and getting the win with 12 stars.
Brazil is back. INTZ with a great start into day 1 of our July qualifier. They've taken down top of Japan, redeemed themselves after the playoffs last month, and with that, they're in the lead currently of Group A.
INTZ got the revenge right here in this first match. This was the match that I was looking forward to all day, and INTZ coming in and gets the 3 stars, the 2 of them here, and we're seeing the E-Dragon, that last attack, and quite a bit of value over the Queen, and nothing coming out of that clan castle.
You know, Carbon Finn, I was definitely thinking that Top of Japan was the favorite in this matchup, having defeated INTZ in the past. They perform at a very consistent rate, almost always putting down at least 11 stars, sometimes even getting up to the 12, and with perfect defense, they very rarely had any opponents crack that 11-star threshold against them. But with a 12-star hit against them this time, INTZ has done what seemed to be very unlikely and edged ahead.
They are used to getting the 3 stars in the wars here. They've gotten 14 before. They're getting 12. They're going to be looking to add a few more in the upcoming wars because they are going to be on stage for the next 2 wars for you guys to watch. I'm excited to see what they're going to come in with. Maybe some more air attacks, maybe switch it up for some ground, but we're going to find out, talk with them. Renee is ready for the couch with interview.
That's right, I'm over here with Bernal from INTZ, and what a first match to start of the day. You guys had to go up against the enemy that took you out last time in the playoffs last month. Was it something that got you especially nervous, and now you feel relieved after the win?
Então, vocês tiveram aqui que encarar um adversário que no mês passado foi responsável por vocês terem saído da competição. Vocês ficaram nervosos antes dessa partida contra eles?
Não, eu acredito que a gente estava tranquilo, e agora a gente está um pouco mais tranquilo ainda por ter conseguido essa vitória, então eu tô bem feliz.
Okay, so actually we weren't worried. I think we were very calm, and we feel even better now after this victory.
INTZ's cool victory there through 2 3-stars you did in that match. You will stay here on stage. Do you think now you can ride that wave? You can build up a streak and maybe even win a second one live here on stage?
Então você acha que depois de ter conseguido 2 vezes 3 estrelas agora na partida, vocês vão continuar aqui no cenário fazendo os ataques? Você acha que consegue melhorar, consegue cada vez mais 3 estrelas até chegar em um perfect?
Sim, esse é o nosso objetivo. Eu acredito que a gente tem total condições de vencer as outras duas e nos classificar.
Okay, so this is our goal. I think we believe we can win the next 2 matches and to qualify.
We'll see. Thanks, Brunel, for the interview. And with that, we had our first match of today. And INTZ will definitely bring us more insight on how INTZ took down top of Japan.
Yeah, they used some amazing